Bambulab X1 again with a problem, and this time it was a little bit bigger, harder to solve for me, a little bit annoying. How it started, I tried, today is Monday the 6th of February, Monday. I tried the whole weekend, I tried to print PLA Plus. I have to say my experience with PLA is limited. I have printed a lot of PLA years ago, but in the last years not that much. But what I remember is that PLA is super easy to print. I had a few prints on the Bambulab X1 with PLA and they worked fantastic. That was normal PLA. This time I had no normal PLA, and what I have read in the internet is that PLA Plus is even better. So the last order was PLA Plus. I inserted it into the AMS. At the moment, at the beginning of the print, everything looked fine, but really fast, it was within the first layer, the problems began. Then I tried with different temperatures on the print pad, on the nozzle, different speeds. Nothing really worked. You see here little time lapses from the short prints. Yeah, not really time lapses, because the print failed so early in the print. We don't have really time lapses then. Really annoying. After several attempts, I decided to go with a different spool. The first one I tried it was not really a no-name, but it is a cheaper one. So I thought, okay, maybe it's a bad spool. Never really had that before, but I heard it from other 3D printer users. My experience, I mostly printing the cheapest filament I can buy and never had really problems. But okay, there is always a first time. So I thought, okay, this is the first time. I opened a named one, a well-known brand, PLA Plus. The first I tried was black. The second one was so grayish. It is called black, but for me it's not really a dark black. It's a dark gray for me. But I don't think that the color makes a difference. There are differences in color, but not, I think, for this problem now. I feeded it into the AMS, that all went well, printed it its thing, the print started. First it looked good, so I was happy, and then the problems again. You see it here again in the little time lapses. Again the same BS. Back, forth, next try, different settings. Again, then I did an ABS print just to see that everything with the printer is okay. ABS worked fine. Back to the PLA Plus, same BS. Okay. I have really no idea what is the problem with Bambulab X1 and PLA Plus. I tried a third spool that was PLA Silk, exactly the same problems. Maybe you hear it in the background. At the moment it is printing PLA. The spool which came with the 3D printer, it is an orange normal PLA. I still have it. As I said, I'm really not that PLA printer. It is a massive retract model, and it looks great so far. Is it a filament problem? I have different printers, so it was easy for me to figure that out. I tried on the Sidewinder Artillery X1. The first filament I had problems, the no name, the cheap one, and it is printing fine. I have not adjusted my PLA profile. It's a standard PLA profile from the Prusa slicer, and it worked. I tried the second spool, the named one, same result. So on the Sidewinder X1 everything works perfect, but massive problems on the Bambulab X1 with PLA Plus. And I have really no idea why. If you have an idea, I'm using the hardened steel nozzle. Maybe that is the problem. Please write it down in the comments. As final result, not only I had failed prints, it came even worse. My whole nozzle extruder was clogged. The X1 itself was not able to recover. The filament snapped. A rest was stuck in the extruder, and the nozzle itself was clogged too, so it was a big mess. I first removed the nozzle, tried to get it free from the top side, no chance. I tried to push with different filament to push it through, was not working. Then I took one of these little needles. This one came with the X1, and this works the wrong direction, so you push it from the underside, heat it up. Please attention, hot filament can really burn you, so please, yeah, stay safe. It worked. There was a little filament piece stuck in the nozzle, heated up 250 degrees PLA, and pushing from the underside, it came loose, it moved, and then I was able to grab it. So my nozzle was free again, but the extruder was still clogged, jammed. I had to remove the extruder. There the videos from the Bambulab wiki helped. They have shown me where are the screws, and for the extruder there's only one plug to remove. I have not removed the nozzle cables. And then you see it here in the little video. I disassembled the whole extruder, and the final piece of filament was this little thing, and you see how thick it is, and yeah, it was really jammed into the entry of the extruder, was not moving. It was really hard. Even with here I used first this little hex and then an even smaller one to push it completely through, and then yeah, it was clean again, and then assembled everything again in the opposite direction. Maybe you hear it in the background. It is still printing the retract object, really to stress everything and see that everything works again. Sandor from the future. Yes, everything went even worse. The final result, you see it here. I had to change the nozzle. I have the old one here. I'm still not 100% sure what is wrong with it. First it looked fine, but then I had again a clogged nozzle with a filament I printed earlier without problems. You hear it in the background. At the moment I'm printing with the original Bambulab PLA. I'm printing a Benji. For the moment it looks fine. I hope that there is no update from the update. So what have we done? First, the multiple tries to get it free in the printer. I also had to use an hex key, made it warm with my lighter to make a cold pull. It was not really a cold pull. I also tried it at 250 degrees. It looked that it is free. I was able to push filament through the heated nozzle without problems. So I thought, yes, now really it is free and we are back in business. First print, fourth, fifth layer, exactly the same problem, again clogged with a filament I was printing before without problems. And that was the point I decided to disassemble the nozzle. I only bought, no, that was not the bought one, I have a spare one, but there is one extra with the X1, with the original package, and that's the one I'm using at the moment. Heater, fan, NTC for the temperature readout I used from the old one, and that was a little problem. The ceramic heater was really baked onto the nozzle. I was able to remove it, but yeah, that the ceramic, you have really to pay attention that does it not break, not snap, break pieces of it, etc. I have a spare one, but I was able to use the old one. So yeah, that was an episode. Now back to the recording from today morning. So next episode in X1 problems. I hope if you have one, yours do not make such problems, but expensive or cheap, the problems are the same. And while the X1 is so nicely built and everything is covered, it is a little bit more work to repair it, but the videos really help. So then other problems, problems everywhere, problems. The other projects are going. About the rook, I told in the last video that I will make a different one, but now I have seen that Rolo Horn has released the MK1, I think is the name of the rook. Maybe I first take a look into that version. They have figured out a lot of problems I also had, so maybe it is not necessary to make another one. Maybe it is fine also for me to take the rook with some minor modifications. We will see. So please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an update. That's for this time. Please stay safe, stay healthy. See you in the next one.